Hello, I'm Daniel Wagner. This is my father, Abe Wagner. Today is April 1st, 2016. We are in Rancho La Puerta in Mexico, and I'm going to ask him some questions I've never asked him before. Dad, can you tell me, what is the thing that you wish you knew as a young man that you know today that you think might have helped you in your life?
You know, I think appreciating who I am. If I would have appreciated myself earlier, I probably would have made some better choices. Although I have very few complaints about the life I led. But one of my big philosophies is to get to the point where I like me. And when I like myself, I invite other people to like me. When I don't like myself, I don't. Somebody once said, how I feel about myself is reflected in how I feel about you and how I will allow you to feel about me.
Sounds like wisdom to me. Can you tell me, what do you think has been your biggest challenge both professionally and personally in your life?
I think the biggest challenge I had personally was after my father died at age 12 and my sister and I living in a National Home for Jewish Children in Denver. The challenge was to feel good about myself, to help my sister to feel good about herself, and therefore to be able to be successful. And I think I did that, and it was a challenge. My biggest challenge professionally, you know, I don't know. I had 3 careers. I did well in all 3 careers. I'm still doing well as a organizational trainer, and I'm doing very well with that. So that would be my answer to that.
Do you define success differently today than you did as a younger man?
Well, you know, as a younger man, a key issue for me was supporting my family. So I'd sometimes work 2 part-time jobs and a full-time job to make sure I could do that. So success then was supporting my family, like it is for many, especially males, and today for females too. I think that was my big challenge, and I'm okay with what I did with all. My challenge today, my goal today is to be productive, to help people have good lives, to contribute to their lives, even in some small way. And if I can do that, I feel really good about myself.
What was the happiest moment of your life?
When I found out I was having identical twin sons, David and Daniel, that really was the happiest day that I can remember in a long, long time.
And then, by contrast, what would have been the saddest day of your life?
Well, once again, when my father died at age 12, it was devastating for me. He was a role model. He was a man that treated people with dignity and respect. My father, Harry Wagner, was looked up to by lots of people, even though he was a man with few resources. And he took care of people, he helped people, and that kind of a role model, I'm pleased to say that I'm doing my best to emulate.
What would you say is the biggest lesson that you've learned in your life?
The biggest lesson that I've learned in my life is how important it is to feel good about yourself. Because my philosophy is if you feel good about yourself, everything else follows. The kinds of people you select to be your friends, who you choose as a mate, how you deal with other human beings. When you feel good about yourself, you treat people in a way that helps them to feel good about themselves. And conversely, when you don't feel good about yourself, you invite people not to feel good about you or about them. Somebody once said, how I feel about myself is reflected in how I feel about you and how I will allow you to feel about me. I don't like myself, I'm not going to allow you to like me. If I like myself, I'm going to invite people to like me.
What do you think you would have done differently if you look back in the rearview mirror? You're 80 now, you've accomplished a lot, you've done a lot, you've learned a lot. What do you think is the most important thing you might have done differently looking back in that mirror?
Without question, spend more time with the 3 of you and with my then wife, and put a lot less time into my career. I think I would have made that choice. It would have made a big difference to me, and I often quote Rabbi Kushner, who asked the following question: how many of you on your deathbed would say, gosh, I would have put in more time at the office?
Not me, that's for sure. And my last question for you is, you're 80 now. You have hopefully still a good long life to live. But in the remaining years that you've got, What is it, both personally and professionally, that you would like to achieve to feel completely satisfied?
You know, if I passed away tomorrow morning, I'd feel completely satisfied. I don't have a lot of other things that I want to accomplish. I want to stay close to my 3 sons and my wife and my sister. That's very important to me, and I would like, as long as I'm capable, to help people really enhance the quality of their lives.
Well, I've been enlightened. I hope you have been too. Thanks for joining us.